Ayo, hey, yeah. This one goes out to all the 65 plus crowd on SoundCloud. Not gonna say much. Shout out Joe Will. He gonna take over on the mic. Old ladies suck.
Okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay.
Okay, Boomer. The Zoomers are dabbing on the Boomers. And apparently there's a new meme going around called Okay, Boomer, in response to anything that older folks say. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious. And today, on the New York Times, Okay Boomer marks the end of friendly generational relations. Now it's war. Generation Z has finally snapped over climate change and financial inequality. Lord, oh Lord. So this article is by Taylor Lorenz, and here you can see, okay Boomer, have a terrible day. These based Zoomers are dabbing on the Boomers. But before we look at this story, a quick word from our sponsor, Unsatisfied.com. Unsatisfied.com is a free speech platform where you can post memes and other materials, no matter what side of the political spectrum you are on. Unsatisfied.com. There are different communities you can subscribe to for different kinds of content. Check out the link down in the description. So here it says, in a viral audio clip on TikTok, a white-haired man in a baseball cap and polo shirt declares, the Millennials and Generation Z have Peter Pan syndrome and they don't ever want to grow up. Now, I've talked about boomers in the past and how they basically lived in the most prosperous time in United States history. They had it all. They had high wages, they had low inflation, they could afford education, they could afford houses, and they shit it all away. They voted for their pensions and they threw all young generations under the bus. They basically sucked up all the good times and left us with nothing. Nothing. Now, nothing is affordable. We can't even dream of having the life that boomers had. And they have the gall to call us, oh, you're lazy and entitled. You should just pull up your bootstraps and work part-time in the summer so you can fund your entire college education, just like me. Even though now that's literally impossible. You could work 2 jobs and barely be able to pay tuition, much less pay for books. The cost of living, the cost of education, the cost of healthcare, the cost of everything has insanely blew up, while wages are stagnant and even lower in some cases than it was in their time, adjusted for inflation. So here we go. Thousands of teens have responded through remixed reaction videos and art projects with the simple phrase, okay Boomer. Okay Boomer has become Generation Z's endlessly repeated retort to the problem of older people who just don't get it. A rallying cry for millions of fed up kids. Teenagers use it as a reply to cringy YouTube videos, Donald Trump tweets, and basically any person over 30 who says something condescending about young people and the issues that matter to them. Okay, so they say Donald Trump, but there are reports that Generation Z is a little bit red-pilled, or at least more red-pilled than millennials, so I do not believe that they're all anti-Trump. And to be fair, Trump is a boomer, but he's based. You know, he's not perfect, but he's a lot better than the alternatives. Teenagers have scrawled the message in their notebooks and carved it into at least one pumpkin. For a senior picture day at Virginia High School, a group of 9 students used duct tape to plaster "Okay Boomer" across their chests. Oh, the audacity of these kids these days. You know, I feel old sometimes. I think about when I was in high school, and I realize that was quite a number of years ago. It gets kind of scary. These Zoomers. We never dabbed on anyone like this in my day. The meme to merch cycle is nothing new. But unlike most novelty products, OK Boomer merch is selling. Shannon O'Connor 19 designed a t-shirt with a hoodie with the phrase OK Boomer written in the thank you style of a plastic shopping bag. She uploaded it to Bonfire, a site for selling custom apparel, with the tagline, OK Boomer, have a terrible day. After promoting the shirt on TikTok, she received more than 10,000 in orders. Wow, I really gotta start that gosh darn merch store. I have a design and everything. It's a good one. I paid a professional artist for it. I gotta do that one of these days. The older generations grew up with a certain mindset, and we have a different perspective, Miss O'Connor said. A lot of them don't believe in climate change, or don't believe people can get jobs with dyed hair, and a lot of them are stubborn in that view. Teenagers just respond, okay Boomer. It's like, we'll prove you wrong. We're still going to be successful because the world is changing. Okay, so this is obviously a story about the woke Zoomers. The woke ones. And yeah, this is absolute cringe. I think it's funny that boomers and zoomers are waging war, like regardless of the political spectrum. It's funny, it is. Some of this stuff is cringy. Climate change is real. Yeah, the climate is always changing, but at the same time, it's pointless to worry about because it's literally impossible to change. Humans can make it worse, but they can't make it better. And most of the pollution is going to be coming from China and India and Africa, some of the most overpopulated places in the world, especially as they develop. So if you really want to stop climate change, you're gonna have to find a way to snap away a bunch of people like Thanos. You want to do that? Be my guest. But last time I checked, it was not legal. So do not do that. Do not do that thing.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
Miss O'Connor is far from the only one cashing in. Hundreds of OK Boomer products are for sale through on-demand shopping sites like Redbubble and Spreadshirt, where many young people are selling OK Boomer phone cases, bedsheets, stickers, pins, and more. Dude, you gotta branch out, okay? You gotta branch out. You can't just sell one thing. You're not gonna be in business long. Nina Kassman, at an 18-year-old college student selling OK Boomer stickers, socks, shirts, leggings, posters, water bottles, notebooks, and greeting cards, said that while older generations have always looked down on younger kids or talked about things back in their day, she and other teens believe older people are actively hurting young people. Everybody in Generation Z is affected by the choices of the boomers that they made and are still making. This is true. I mean, this is completely true. I think that these zoomers are a little naive. They think the actions the boomers are taking now are hurting us. Dude, it's too late. The actions the boomers took in the past have already come to fruition. High inflation, high cost of living, no unions. These boomers wrecked the economy for everyone, forever. And now they complain, oh, I can't afford shit anymore. Oh, I can't afford things anymore, because they blew all their money thinking the good times would last forever. Well, they didn't. And now generations like us, millennials and zoomers, we're the ones who have to live with it, with the consequences. Generation Z is going to be the first generation to have a lower quality of life than the generation before them. Wrong, you little spoiled brat. The millennials were worse off. Yeah, millennials were... Gen Z is not going to steal that, okay? Millennials were the first generation to have a lower quality of life than the generation before them. Now, Zoomers are the second generation to have a lower quality of life than the millennials. Hey, wake up and smell the beans, buddy. These Zoomers are finally getting old enough to gain self-awareness, and they're forgetting that the millennials are running this show. What do the Zoomers have? Seriously, what do they have? They have Fortnite. Fortnite and wokeness. Fortnite. Now, I will admit, the wokeness kind of came from the millennials, but still, Fortnite or wokeness? I choose wokeness. Essentials are more expensive than ever before. We pay 50% of our income on rent. No one has health insurance, blah, blah, blah. Of course. They're blaming millennials too, though, which pisses me off because, yeah, we're the first generation that was worse off, okay? We're the ones who are mad. You guys are just copying you're just copying millennials. But nothing they're saying here is wrong. It's all actually correct. The reason we make the OK Boomer merch is because there's not a lot that I can personally do to reduce the price of college, for example, which was much cheaper for older generations who then made it more expensive, Mr. Kasman said. There's not much I can personally do to restore the environment, which was harmed due to corporate greed of older generations. There's not much I can do to personally undo political corruption or fix Congress so it's not mostly old white men, boomers who don't represent the majority of generations. Okay, now you lost me. Zoomers, you better Fortnite dance your way out of here, because there's nothing wrong with Congress being full of white males. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And if you think otherwise, you have a problem. Now, they are a bunch of boomers. That's a different thing entirely. Let's try to stay on point here. I'll definitely use the money for my student loans, paying my rent, stuff that will help me survive, said Everett Solers. Okay, well, you're an idiot. You should invest that money. You should do something smart with that money. Paying your rent is not smart. It's not a smart use. You don't even get a house out of that. I know they made like 10K. Invest it. Invest that money. Think ahead, okay? Don't take out student loans. I am lucky in that I can kind of go to school and break even. Do not take student loans, dude. It's a scam.
Okay. Yo! Hey! Hey!
They turned it into a song. That's a new meme if I ever saw one. The song is aggressive and ridiculous, but I think it says a lot about Gen Z culture, said Mr. Cooley. I think because of the internet, people are finally feeling like they have a voice and an outlet to critique the generations who got us into this position. I can't top that, my friends. I can't. These Zoomers are dabbing on the boomers, but that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about the war of Zoomers and Boomers? Who do you think will win this war? Be sure to let me know. Now, recently I found out that my channel has monetization. It seems to be in the clear. Things are working. I don't know how long it will last. I'm honestly cautious. I have a feeling that, even if it is restored, who knows what will happen? This is YouTube now. It's the Wild West. We're all being suppressed by Google and, well, I just have no faith in the system at this point. But I just wanted to let you guys know. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm just going to sit here and wait for a few days, see if it continues or I don't know what's going to happen. But I wanted to let you guys know. Okay, so as always, I have PayPal, I have Patreon, I have Subscribestar, I have Bitcoin. If you want to chip in, sharing the video also helps. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.
Okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer.